The moment my phone vibrated, I felt it. This strange tightening in my chest like a warning. I was in the middle of pitching to investors in Seattle, talking about scaling my firm, when the notification flashed across my screen. Instagram. From my mother. We hadn't spoken in months. Not since she looked me in the eye and told me I'd forgotten what real family meant. Still, I opened it, and that's when my world tilted. A photo filled my screen. My mother, my father, my two sisters, all of them, standing on a sun-soaked deck at sunset. Laughing. Relaxed. Happy. The caption read, "Family vacation. Peace at last. Choosing joy over constant negativity. Hashtag family first, hashtag blessed, hashtag beach life. Negativity. Negativity. She meant me. They all did. Something icy slid down my spine. I zoomed in at my stomach dropped. They weren't just at any beach house. They were at mine. My Malibu house, my sanctuary. The home I bought after clawing my way through 12-hour days and endless contracts to build my consulting firm from scratch. And there they were, lounging in my living room, drinking wine on my terrace, roasting food on my grill, splashing in my pool. All of them smiling like they belonged there. Like it was theirs. And the comments, "Looks amazing. You all deserve this. So peaceful." Then I saw my mother had replied. "Much better without the drama. Finally a family trip with no tension." That was the moment something in me snapped back into place, a familiar calm. The kind of calm I get right before I end a bad business deal. The quiet, calculated stillness. I excused myself from the meeting and walked into the hallway. Opened my security app. There it was. House alarm disarmed. 2 days earlier, 3 p.m. in the footage. My mother punching in the emergency code. The one I gave her years ago for earthquakes, fires, disasters. Not family vacations. Not this. I didn't hesitate. I called my property manager, Mira. Efficient, discreet, the kind of woman who could handle anything. "Mira, it's Alara Ward." "Alara? What's wrong?" "I need every access code changed. Doors, gate, garage, alarm. Everything. And I need new ones active at midnight." A pause. "Is there a threat?" "Yes," I said. "My family." She didn't ask more. She never needed to. "I'll have everything programmed. Midnight. Do you want security present?" "No. I want them to figure it out themselves. Just keep cameras rolling." 30 minutes later it was done. That night, back in my Seattle apartment, I looked again at my mother's posts. More photos. More smiling. More captions dripping with passive-aggressive serenity. Grateful for a space to reconnect as a real family. No toxic energy this time. Real family. Toxic energy. Me again. But the real punch came when my aunt commented, "Isn't this Alara's house?" My mother replied, "Oh, she said we can use it anytime. She's never around anyway." A lie. A bold, public lie. I called my aunt. She answered with a soft, sad voice. "Sweetheart, I'm so sorry." "For what?" "For the stories they've been telling. That you abandoned us. That you think you're better than everyone. That you work too much to care." I closed my eyes. Same story, different decade. "What are you going to do, Alara?" she asked. I checked the clock. 11:47 p.m. in Malibu. "Whatever happens," I said. "They're about to learn the house isn't theirs." Midnight hit. 12:14 a.m. The calls began. Mother. Father, sisters. All ignored. Then the texts. "The code isn't working. Send the right one. This isn't funny. We're cold." I opened the live camera feed. There they were, standing on my deck, punching in numbers, dragging suitcases, kids crying, parents arguing, frustration growing. When my mother finally called again, I answered. "Alara. Thank God. The codes aren't working." "I know," I said calmly. "I changed them." "What? Why would you do that?" "Because you never had permission to be there." My father snatched the phone. "This is childish. Open the house." "No. You can't lock your own family out. I can lock unauthorized people out of my property." My mother's voice returned, trembling. "We didn't think you'd mind. You're never there. We just wanted a peaceful vacation." "A peaceful vacation without me," I said. "You made that clear online." She tried again. "It's after midnight, the kids are exhausted. Where do you expect us to go?" "Anywhere you like," I said. "There are nice hotels nearby." My sister's voice cut in sharp and entitled. Stop being dramatic and just give us the damn code. No, this isn't about money, she yelled. No, I said. It's about respect. Something none of you have given me in years. I hung up. Their messages blew up my phone, threats, guilt trips. Pleased that I didn't answer any of them, I simply messaged Mira. They're still there. Her reply. Security already on the way. 15 minutes later, guards arrived, professional, calm, firm. That I watched through the cameras as my father argued, my mother cried, and my sisters packed the car with slumped shoulders. By morning, they were gone. A single sentence from my aunt later. Your mother is telling everyone you threw them into the street. I removed trespassers from my house, I replied. Days passed. A flood of missed calls, dozens of texts, all deleted except one. From my mother. You've become cold and selfish. Don't come to Christmas. I answered. I wasn't planning to. The emergency code is deactivated. Contact my attorney for real emergencies. Then I blocked all of them. Not out of anger, out of peace. 2 weeks later, a handwritten letter arrived. Full of flowery words. Not an apology. Just manipulation wrapped in cursive. A month later, she posted on Facebook about praying for reconciliation. Everyone comforted her. Nobody knew the truth, and I realized, none of that mattered, because facts don't need validation, boundaries don't need applause, and peace doesn't require permission. I kept my Malibu house. Used it for retreats, for quiet weekends, for sunsets that didn't demand anything from me. Every time I sat on that deck, watching the light melt into the ocean, I remembered that night, the night I chose myself. The night I closed the door, and never opened it again. And honestly, that was the first night in years I finally felt home.